Hey, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing good. Hey, back farms. Just got through watching the race. And come out here to see what we can get into chatting about tonight. Hey, Ralph, fighting traffic. Hey, Alabama. Hope all y'all guys had a good week. Hey, Ohio Hilltop. We cut hay Friday. We had a good stretch of weather. It was calling for good weather from Friday until I think Thanksgiving, and we went to go cut hay, and the radiator was leaking, so we fixed that in the video, and then we cut hay, and the water pump went out on the tractor. So we're gonna probably finish tearing that down tomorrow. That'll probably might be tomorrow's video, and we're gonna use my buddy's equipment that we baled with a couple weeks ago to get that hay that we got on the ground baled up, so we don't lose it. We sure don't want to lose no hay. Y'all guys give us a thumbs up if you would while you in here. Anybody got any big plans this week? What y'all working on? The 574, it calls for 2 different water pumps. Hey, Timber Hill. Hey, Farming Life. Yeah, the 574 calls for 2 different water pumps, and the only way we're going to know which one it is to take that one off. So we're going to snatch it off, but nobody local has either one of them in stock, so we made other arrangements to get that hay baled up. Ohio Hilltops barn building. That barn looks real good. That's the same kind of roof that we put on our log cabin. We done it like that to gain access for a loft, to have a place to sleep in the cabin, and it's worked out real good. Alabama, you working on the planters and that Polaris you got. Ralph, you're going to visit your dad. Good deal, guys. Yeah, I think you're going to enjoy that, the way you're doing the top on it. Hey, my slice of heaven. I'm doing good tonight. Hope all of y'all are doing good as well. We're thinking about, I've done some research this week, since last week, on some bale wrappers, and I actually looked at a new one yesterday when we had to go out of town. I looked at one, and we talking to a couple other guys about doing some custom work, some wrapping some bales for them, because there's not any around in our area that I've been able to run across yet. So that's something we're thinking about, is picking us up a wrapper. That will be our first piece of new equipment that we've ever bought, if I decide to buy one. There's a lot of guys, or several guys now, starting to do growing the sorghum. And I'm getting some interest in wrapping some sorghum bales for them. I found 2 water pumps, but I found them, but I've got to order either one, and I haven't got the old one taken off of the tractor yet. I had to go with some family stuff yesterday. They had me tied up and running. But like I said, we've already got another baler and tractor lined up. I'm just going to use my buddy's baler and tractor to get that on the ground up. Try to get it baled tomorrow. Been looking at buying a mid-sized track hoe. Yeah, but like either one of the water pumps, nowhere local has it. So we stuck with ordering it. And I might go ahead and break it in half while we're putting the water pump on it, and go ahead and put the rear main seal in the motor, because it is losing oil. And that won't add 2 hours to it. But go ahead and do it while we got it in the shop again. I'm not a big turkey eater. My in-laws have fried turkey and stuff. Yeah, that is a winter project. Yeah, I'm not a big turkey eater. I like ham. I do eat some turkey. Generally, turkey's too dry for me. Oh, no, but I eat it. Yeah, I definitely eat it. I like it better, like the day or two after, just take slices of it and make a sandwich with it. Alright guys, we got 12 of us in here and 5 thumbs up. Y'all give us a thumbs up. I can't believe that we've had that 574 for this long, and I've never taken the hood off and saw how the top of that radiator was patched in the video the other day. But we went ahead and sorted it up and got that taken care of. Meatloaf's where it's at. Yeah, meatloaf's good too. We went a couple weeks ago. I put a picture on Instagram. Me and my wife had a little cook-off with the meatloaf. She beat me. She won. Let the kids and was the judge, and she won. Hey Steve, how you doing? This jacket's got to go, y'all. Let me snatch my coat off and kick the phone over at the same time. It's getting warm with that jacket on. Yeah, it's got back hot now. If it don't change, the mosquitoes will be out by tomorrow. Yeah, the mosquitoes will be back out and aggravating you. Ready for vacation. Need a few days out of the doghouse. Love turkey. Gonna do 2 in the smoker. If he drove that old Mac, I think that's the one that you told me was so rough. He'll make sure he gets that other truck fixed if it beats him like he was telling me it does. He ain't gonna put up with it. beating him like that. You don't ever drive it, Mr. David? Something that rides that rough. Once you're in a doghouse, it's hard to get out. If you have to. Mac's riding like a bulldozer. That hay we cut the other day cut pretty good. It actually surprised me. The doghouse pays too good. Let's talk about choosing the right cattle for your operation. All right. What you want to talk about the cows? We just have beef cows. We've done dairy calves kind of like you do, farming life, but on a way smaller scale. We only would do 8 or 10 at a time, is what we done when we had them. And had pretty good success with them. We're doing the bottle calves, the dairy calves. It seems like if you can get them past the first what made me go with Black Angus? I went with I don't know, I'm trying to think where I can give you an honest answer. I was in goats to start with, and I went to a sale, selling a load of goats, and they had like 3 young heifer calves. I mean, when I say young, I mean probably 4 months old. And they was pretty much giving them away. Nobody wasn't bidding on them. And then when the final one got in there, hey, Mr. George, I bid on it and I bought her for like $25, I believe. Pretty much free. And I brought it home and put it in my goat pen. And then that just, I mean, that's how I got started with the cows. And now what we do is we try to select and keep females each year as they're born, and sell all the bull calves or steers. We band them sometimes, and then sometimes we'll have guys that want one and ask us not to band it, and that's how we do it. And I generally sell in like March. This year, with all of our hay issues, I did load a load up probably 4 weeks or so ago, and took a load and got rid of them that I would have done, in March. That way we didn't have to feed them through the winter. And every now and then I'll trade out with a local guy. If he wants a bull calf, I'll trade him a bull calf for heifer calf to continue growing our herd, trying to get our numbers up to where I want to be. What's the recommended lot size per head? Here, the average rule of thumb is like a cow per acre. That's just an average. And that's going to depend on how thick of grass stand you got. Sometimes we'll run a good bit more than 1 cow per acre. If everything is going right and we're able to to rotate the pastures like we try to do. We try to keep them on a pasture we try to let it be like 6 weeks on a pasture, 6 weeks before we put the cows back on a pasture that we take them off of it. But it's not always working like that. And as we're slowly getting more and more, it's hard to keep up with ground that's close enough that I don't mind having the cows that far from me. Because I'm weird over my cows. I want to see them several times a day. I like to see them first thing in the morning and check the waters, and then I like to try to see them throughout the day if I can, and then if not, I'm gonna do everything in my power to see them before dark gets, before it gets dark on us. Have I used the new place? No, we still have not put any calves on the new place yet. The farm the video that I put up Friday where we was cutting hay again, that farm is up for sale now. If I knew more about it, I would. And I actually like your idea of raising the cows in the buildings like that kinda, and bringing the feed to them. I've never seen outfit like that before either until I seen yours on here. But there's just so much that I don't know, guys. I was raised on a farm, but not livestock. And in this area, if you're young and none of the other people, farmers won't talk to you or give you no advice. I mean, they will just flat out shun you and walk away. It's like everybody's scared that you're trying to take something from them. But we don't have no plans on getting out of it though. But yeah, like I said, the feedlot's not something that I'm against either. Yeah, we have no goats right now. Could do an outside feedlot with fence line feeders. Yeah. It is rough out here. We got out of goats because of there was an ice storm we had here in South Carolina. It was probably 4 years ago or so now. And it completely destroyed our fence, and we had all of our our goats was fenced in the woods, 90% of it. And I mean, it totally trees was broke everywhere here, y'all. I mean, I don't know how other ice storms do in other places, but y'all here, I mean, it sounded like guns going off all night with tree limbs breaking. And it just destroyed it. And I just wasn't able to, and the fence hadn't been up a year and a half, and I wasn't able to pull the money out and redo it all again. We patched it back together and tried, and then the goats was getting out. And goats is way harder to keep in for me than cows are. But I'm not against having goats again. I mean, we'd open to do whatever it takes. LVF, Brad, no, but we still haven't. We're gonna use a buddy's tractor to bale with tomorrow. We got to order the water pump. It's one or two different ones that fit it, is what the internet's showing, and none of the parts houses have it in stock, so we're gonna have to order it, and so we're just gonna use my buddy's equipment and bale it up tomorrow if it's dry enough. If it's not dry enough tomorrow to bale, we'll tear the 574 apart. If it is dry enough, we'll bale tomorrow and then tear the tractor apart Tuesday. Hey, Farm Mom. Yeah, in our experience, it takes a strong fence to keep goats in, or it did for me. What y'all guys been going on today, Farm Mom and Brad? I want some of that jerky you got, Brad. I want to try it. I ain't never had none. Just finished feeding cattle after hunting all day. I sure would like to try it. We had just some mixed goats. I mean, we would buy all that we could find. I mean, I would set up a route and I would go pick up goats and buy them off the internet. Whatever we bought, we had probably 40 acres fenced in, and it was divided up into like 4-acre paddocks. So, and then in each 4-acre paddock, it was broke down to like 100 by 100 square that we fed them in, hayed them in, had the shelter in for them, waters and stuff, so that way you could get to them easier. And as we brought new ones in, we would put them in this pen so we wouldn't introduce sickness to all the other goats, but it still didn't work. I mean, we buried a lot of goats. I mean, sometimes we would move 60 or 80 goats a week in and out. And that brings a lot of sickness in. Seems like in the goat scene way real easier to get sick than me. Yeah, like I said, there was a good market for goats. I mean, I did real good with goats for 2 years probably. If you're talking to me, Farmer, I live in South Carolina. If any of y'all guys is Logan does a shout out Saturday too. Pennsylvania. It gets easy to get busy and don't get the stuff, get something recorded to put up. I can tell you that for sure, for definite, from my little bit of experience that I've been doing it. Take care, Ohio. Have a good one, buddy. No, I don't want none of the snow that y'all guys is getting in other places. Any of y'all got any suggestions on a bell wrapper? I think the one I looked at yesterday was a Farm King. And it surprised me how I was thinking there would be a lot more money than there are. Keep getting rain. Yeah, it was a Farm King wrapper. And it surprised me the price of it. I was thinking there was going to be more, and I think they're like $3,800 new. We talked to a couple guys around that's planting sorghum to bale, and it might be so we could do some custom belling for them, or if they bale it, I could just wrap it for them to help pay for the machine. Yeah, that's what I said. I wanted to get y'all's opinion on them too. Because there's none around me that I can see work or ask. There was a crew used to come in out of Virginia but he would put the bales into the one long sleeve. It looks like the ag bag that y'all guys do. He would put them. That crew would come in and would do them. The buddy that I'm using his equipment tomorrow, he used to get them guys to do something for him. Hey, SLC. Make sure. Yeah, we just thinking about, like I said, we're trying to find other options, other little avenues that we can get into to keep us growing. Well, the dealership is probably, the one I saw yesterday was probably about 90 miles from me. So I don't know if I could demo something from start with. They're gonna look at me little as stuff as I do and probably laugh if I ask them about a demo. They probably tell me they got a weed eater that I can demo or a leaf blower. Yeah. Just got in from delivering hay. I think that Farm King, it does the whole bale. The wrap stays still and the bale sits on a table, and the table spins around, and as it's spinning round and around, the bale rotates real slow on that table, from what I can see by looking at it. And I went on and watched some videos of them and how they work, but I don't know the weight limits and stuff of them. That's stuff that I got to know. How far from Jonesboro, Tennessee? You'll make a phone call for me. I don't know where Jonesboro's at. I know if I go to Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, it takes me about 6.5 hours. No, I was talking about buying a bale wrapper. So the Farm King's the same as them other ones. Pretty simple design. Yeah, back to Land Organics does. Yeah, I watched him also. I, I really want to do. My phone's starting to act up. I really want to do some baleage, but I've also been reading on there about protecting the hay because we store our hay outside. So I've seen some stuff about it protecting it as well. But if you're gonna spend $4,000 or $5,000 to buy a wrapper, if I don't really want to do silage, I could put that money towards building a building to put the round bales under, and that will protect them. I really don't know, Ralph, if it does round and square. Costs about $4 a bale. Well, I mean, like the main reason that I want it, 250 a bale. Yeah, the main reason that I'm thinking about it, I think I see a bunch of y'all other guys doing the silage, and I want to try it. But also, if we lay hay on the ground and we're not able to get 2 or 3 days of good weather to get it perfect dry where we want it, then I can just bale it and wrap it. And that takes it'll kind of take the weather out the picture for me. I mean, it'll help us to keep the wheels turning, to keep making the hay and having the hay. It's kind of what I was thinking. But I would like to do I really want to do some silage bales and to see what we was going silage bale, the one we just cut, but we broke down. Hay farmers selling out soon. There's a local guy there that wraps his dry hay. Hey Chris, how you doing, buddy? Right here in my area, it's about $15 to $18 a round bale. Dry hay, black plastic. Yeah, another guy was telling me earlier today that the long where you put all the silage bales in the long sock, that you put it white side out for one hay and black side out for another hay. Everything's going good here, buddy, except for just normal breakdowns, just a normal year. I'll be happy when this year's finished. I started to quit with the hay last week. I started just to say we done, yeah, $15 to $18 per round bale to custom bale for other people. Yeah, I have found a water pump, but I don't know which one, and I haven't took it off of the tractor yet. So I don't know which one to order. Yeah, we definitely gonna have it back going. You sure can ask a question. Go right ahead. Yeah. What did you say per bell? You was going to charge 25. It might work in your area. I don't know, but it won't work here. I don't know what the average is in different areas, but like I said, here between $15 to $18 is what anybody will charge you to bell it for you. Yeah, somebody asked me how much does a custom job cost, and I was saying it costs $15 to $18 per round bill to pay somebody else to come to your place and cut the hay and bale it for you. It's $10 a bale there. That's everything. Cut, tedder, rake, and bale. Yeah, it's about the same around you. I was trying to think. Somebody asked about how many bales can you do an hour. I was trying to think of something to. Price better. Okay, that was just a bale. We haven't taken the water pump off of the tractor yet. I was busy yesterday. I was out of town with my wife and kids, but nobody had it. There's one or two different pumps it could be, and nobody has them in stock. So I'm borrowing my buddy's tractor and baler that I used a few weeks ago to bale mine up. Then we'll tear the 574 apart and see which pump we need to get ordered. Hey, Food Forest Permaculture, how you doing? I can't keep up with these comments, y'all. You leaving? See you later, Bama. Thanks for coming in. Paddington, Mister. Hey, how you doing? Glad you stopped in. Doing good. How are you doing tonight? You know, if any of y'all haven't give us a thumbs up, you give us a thumbs up. Harvest is over. Ours ain't quite over. We got a little hay on the ground. If everything goes good, we'll get it finished tomorrow. Oh my mercy, y'all guys is running me over. How are things coming with the water pump? if everything goes good, we'll have it in probably by the end of the week. At least I will get some scrap for Friday. How much is 4x5s? $55 for the 4x5 round bales of mixed grass hay in this area. I'm thinking that a lot of people is going to be short on hay here in my area this year because we weren't able to get all of it cut, and a lot of the guys I'm seeing is the same way. There's several people that's having issues. Y'all are short too. If it hadn't been for the hurricane, I could have helped you out there, SLC, because I've got ground to make a lot more hay than we do, but I don't push it to the max to make all of it if I don't have an outlet for it. And if you're that close to me as you are, already buying all you can, well, maybe me and you can get hooked up for next year, because I can make a lot more hay than we've been making. For $10.50 for coastal. Good deal. Like I said, we can make a lot more than we're making, but I don't want to make it and don't have a outlet for it. I'm in South Carolina. Paddington, I'm in South Carolina. Understatement. How much can we make? I don't know what you want me to tell you. Let me look back and see what you asked. How much can we make? You know, what did you say before that? Location. I said South Carolina. How much can we make? I don't know. Be right back. I'm back, guys. Coastal Bermuda. Yeah, we only worked about 75 acres of hay this year. Last year we done probably 110, 115 acres. But we still got access to more hay land if I could just find outlets for it. If we get the outlet for it, we can make a lot more, and I won't mind getting more equipment. Well, I don't want to get a whole lot more equipment. You know, we make tons and tons more hay if I don't have a source to do something with it. Because then people will be like, you know, if they're waiting, then I sell it cheap to get rid of it. They just, well, I'll wait next year until the first of the year and buy from him when it's cheaper. Y'all guys checking each other out. Yeah, but we growing our herd slow. You know, we started. We don't buy a lot of cows. I mean, I'll buy a few if I run across them at a deal that I feel like I can't say no to. But we just keep replacement heifers and out of our stock each year to try to slowly get to a goal that we, a number of head that we want. That's why we try not to let no hay land go, because we want to slowly keep going. Doing good. You need to finish a heifer. Wrappers. I was looking online and I actually looked at one yesterday when I was out of town by Farm King. There's a single bale wrapper for like $4,000 brand new. You know, it wraps one bale at a time. That's the kind that I was thinking about. And you can either get it on a 3-point hitch type, or you can get it on a trailer type. But now the trailer type does cost more. You haven't heard a lot of good about the Farm King stuff. Looking at a New Holland baler, 25,000. Yeah, no, I try not to let no land get out from under me. Yeah, there's people here that you can do hay on halves with and different little workups like that. There's a lot of that farm that we cut on the other day. I started saying earlier that it's up for sale now. I think it's 160 acres of land. When it's got a hog house on it, got the lagoons on it. It's got, I think, 45 acres of hay land on it. And I want to say 60 acres of row crop land. Buy it. I wish. That's going to be an expensive property that I'm talking about. It's got like a 55 by 150 enclosed shop on it. It's like 3 years old. They just built the shop. Then it's got another one of the round buildings. It's like the airport hangar building, I call it. It's probably 40 by 60 or 40 by 80. Then it's got a 2-story house. It was probably built, I don't know, mid to late 90s. That's going to be a very expensive farm. And they're going to sell it all as one package. I think there's a John Deere combine that's going with it. There's like a 2-year-old New Holland round baler. Several. I think there's a John Deere Moco cutter. And all of it's going to be one money gets it all. So that took it out of my league. All right, SLC, take care, buddy. Be right back. Y'all was doing a 50-50 and they wouldn't fertilize it. It's hard to find people to work with. Yeah, I'd like to have that place, but I don't need a house. I don't need another house, and and that's going to be a lot of money. A lot more pennies than I'm able to rub together. Planning on sprigging 60 acres this year. The guy did tell me that he was going to have somebody to call me with a price, but I haven't heard nothing. He probably figures that he knows he'd be wasting his time and mine. Yeah, and you could rent the house out, or I could, cut the house out on a couple acres and sell it. And my buddy already rents the row crop land. He would just continue to, I could rent him the row crop land. And I could probably sell the equipment that I didn't need. Excuse me, spaghetti. I got some stew going into, we got an electric pressure pot. Take care, Brad. Appreciate you stopping in, buddy. Clint's looking at a digger and get Eric to move south. Yeah, we could that there fit right in Eric's league. He could jump right in there. SLC Brian. George, your name's George? I can remember that. It shows me your name right beside each one of your comments. Back Farms is Logan. No, you don't want to send me no blank check, Eric. Might be you a good investment property though. It might be cheap. Yeah, it might not be too bad. I don't know. I did tell him to let me know when they, because I told him I was interested in the hayfield part. But that family, they own that parcel, which was 180 acres. About 20 miles up the road, they got like 300 acres, another farm. Then right in the edge of North Carolina, they got between 350 and 400 acre farm. And they selling all of it. And like I said, and each farm is going to be one sale. I could rent it. I would imagine the taxes is cheaper. On some stuff it is, on some stuff I'm sure we hire. Wider roads. Yeah, on every one of Eric's, if he shows the highway, man, his truck looks wider than the side of the road. I don't know if it's just the way the camera makes it look, or if them roads is that narrow in Pennsylvania. That we cheaper on everything. It's hard to believe that we cheaper. But I do hear some stories about them taxes. That's why all the Northerners are moving here. That's a good point. On your video the other day, I think you just said your name was Brian, if I remember right, SLC. You said you was in McCall, getting at a rebeller. Crappy weather. Yes, pure Yankee invasion. Yeah, does that guy that you went to and was getting the bells rebailed, does he do it for other people also? Like, could I take a load of round bells to him and he would rebell them? And if so, like, what does he charge? So much a bale or so much a load? How does that work? If not, I'm gonna try to Frankenstein me one up out of my old New Holland round beller. I'm gonna try to make one. $1.50 a bale. I would do that. Do you like? Is there usually like a weight? I mean, whenever you give me a call, I'll talk to you about that. Your buddy that rebails. House taxes 2 times higher than North Carolina. It will be 3 times more. Wow. He's the owner of Nance Tractor Implement. Yeah. What is the demand for them little small bales for their back farms? About a week out. Decoration and city folk. Got to take advantage of it, I reckon. I see them in Walmart a while back. Take care of food for us. Appreciate you stopping in, and we try to do these lives every Sunday night, about 7:30. 17 squares per round. I generally do a few myself, because we don't have a lot of storage for squares, and we'll generally roll them out right in the hayfield. We roll them out in the hayfield, and if we have to, we'd tether it out and then take the little bar rake that we got and rake it back up and rebale it. But then that's depending on weather. If it's wet or the ground's wet, then we can't do it. I'll average about 18 square to the round.